Jack Nolan with Irish head coach Brian Kelly here at the Culver Academies after the first day of 2017 training camp. First of all, fourth year you've come down here. What is it about this place that helps you accomplish what you want to accomplish?
Well, I think first the break from being on campus. Our guys arrive on campus in June. They're there all summer. So just establishing that break from the routine on campus, I think, is a breath of fresh air for them. Secondly, the logistics are great here. We're only about an hour from campus. So if we need something to get back to campus, emergency help, all those things are important. As well as they have the logistics here, you know, the 2 practice fields, the meeting rooms, the dorms, food service. So all those things come together and make it a really good destination.
It's the first day of training camp, so it's the start of training camp, but it's really not the start of this process. This particular process started really just a few days after your last game last season.
No question. And so, you know, we've been on mission here to, you know, get our players to really understand how important it is to lock in on really the habits, the traits necessary to be a championship football team, and you know, really getting me to help them focus on that process. And it's hard, it's difficult, but they've done a great job. I'm really proud of where they've been able to take this 2017 football team. Now we're in another transition, and that is, let's lay down the programming that is going to get us to Temple, and that is the technique, the execution, the fundamentals, all those things. You're not going to be Temple today, but this is a good first step today in laying that down. I thought they did a nice job.
And again, even though the first day of training camp, but how you start is important. Did
Sure.
you see what you wanted to see?
Well, I think more than anything else, there's going to be mistakes. But, you know, I think what we're really talking about is not making those mistakes over again. So I think the proof will be tomorrow when we come back out here, and guys that did make those mistakes, eliminating those mistakes and really paying attention to the detail.
One word I heard from people watching today was tempo. You certainly saw it in the offensive drills, but the overall practice, you've been coaching a long time, I've been watching a long time. The first day of training camp doesn't look like it used to with people pulling muscles and everybody being slow, but this was one of the quicker opening days that I can remember from your tenure.
Well, I think we're in really good physical condition, so it allowed us to really push the tempo, allow our guys to compete a little bit more than maybe you would with no shoulder pads on. That's the hesitancy, right? As a head coach, you don't want to do too much because it's not really that time to do that, because you don't want guys pushing on each other, getting somebody hurt. Because you need the pads to really do that. But maybe we pushed the envelope a little bit today and did a little bit more, and they showed their maturity and were able to stay up and allow us to do maybe a little bit more than maybe you should on a first day.
Of course, you do get to put the full pads on Saturday. You'll be here 7 more days, 6 more days of practice. What do you need to accomplish before you head back to campus?
Well, I think each one of the things that we've been really focusing on, I think we want to come back tomorrow with a great attitude and an understanding that what we did today, we build on. Build the good habits, guys early, on time, great attitude, coming out here to work, and build the programming, as I mentioned before, that mental programming that that when we get to Temple, we push go and we're ready to go. And that happens on these practice fields. So I expect our guys to have a great night tonight in film study, make the corrections, and come back out here and get better because of it.
Even though it's the first day, there's 2 questions which I will combine into one. You know the fans want me to ask you about. How did Brandon Wimbush look, and who else stood out today?
Well, I thought, you know, Brandon, you know, on some of the things that he was a bit inconsistent with in some of our zone reads, I thought he did a really nice job sinking the ball in, giving it out, pulling it on the perimeter. I thought he was really good with his footwork today. And I think in terms of guys that physically impressed, I thought some of our corners looked very impressive. Physically, they gained weight. Remember, they were all young guys last year, so you would expect them to look good. I think Mac Bayless and his staff did a great job with them. I think our defensive line is bigger and stronger. And then offensive line, when you have such a veteran group there, you feel like you've got a great group in front of you. So a lot of those guys really impressed today.
Coach, thank you very much.
Thank you. Pleasure. Thanks,
He's
Jack.
Coach Kelly. I'm Jack Nolan here with the Notre Dame team and the Fighting Irish Media team. And as always, once again this year, all of our training camp reports are presented by our good friends at St. Joseph Health System.